Hello and welcome, bookworms. Welcome to this week's episode of The Contented Narrative. This week we're looking at She Started It by why can't I say that name? By Gilbert. Sean Gilbert. Why am I trying to say Sean, honestly? But anyway, so this is another debut author. Now, when I read the book and she was a debut author, she's now released another book, but I would definitely say give it a go. So this is the Hindu to end all Hindus. You've got Poppy invites these 4 childhood friends to this Hindu, all expenses paid, first class tickets to this Bahamas holiday out in the wild, like, you know, an island where only she and these 4 bridesmaids are. Bearing in mind they've not spoken in 10 years. And oh good God, like, okay, so this book was just something. I could not put it down. I was obsessed with the characters. I was like heartbroken at times. I mean, I did guess a couple of what happened. I'm not going to say any more than that, because I think if your brain doesn't function like that and you're not really good at sort of like guessing as it goes, then this will be amazing for you. But I kind of guessed a couple of the things that happened. But so basically you've got 2 viewpoints going on, and I find this a lot in books at the minute. So you've got the hen party going on with Poppy and these 4 girls, and she's kind of reliving their youth and making them do a scavenger hunt with bits that turns out they links to bullying that they did at school, because it turns out that none of these people actually liked Poppy. They bullied her within an inch of her life. And they were vicious, and it keeps building up and it keeps hinting about the art final. And when you find out what actually happened at the art final, your heart will break for Poppy. It genuinely will, considering how much, like, I can't. I was heartbroken for this poor girl. And there are comeuppances. There are certainly comeuppances, but it's such a bittersweet comeuppance when you realise why it's taken 10 years for this to happen. And when you realise why it happened when it happened, when you realise, you know, what the catalyst was, what happened in Poppy's life. And there's like one line where she says, you know, you didn't even think to look out for me after you left. And they were like, because we didn't think of you after we left. And you're like, you 4 ruined her life, bullied her, made her feel like absolute horrible, and you didn't even think to look her up because you guys got into uni and you just forgot about her. And I love the fact that like Poppy's character was just like, I gave you guys a chance. If you'd have changed your ways, if you'd have been nicer, if you know, I gave you guys a chance, but you're all still as horrible as you were back then, so no thank you. And the revenge is perfection. But genuinely, coming from someone that was bullied at school, like, I wasn't bullied as bad as Poppy is in this book for the outcome that Poppy gets in this book, but damn, it was so well written. I could not put it down. This is sort of like, this was my second book of 2026, because obviously my first one was The Lighthouse that I just finished reading. So this is my second book of 2026, and so far it's my favourite book of 2026. I don't know, obviously, you know, The Lighthouse was a very close contender. I mean, I've only read like 4 books at the minute. I've only read 4 books at the time of recording this episode. I may or may not have read more, considering this episode's probably going to go out in like a month and a half. I'm hoping I've read more than 4. But this book was so good. So I would say give it a go. Library, Kindle, you know the drills, guys. You know where to find a good book. But I would say 100% read it. Had me going from the very beginning. I loved the storytelling. I loved the characters. And I loved the endings as well. And genuinely, as I said, brilliantly written. But let me know below in the comments if you liked it as much as I did, and let me know if you had an idea of what was going to happen before it happened, shall we say. But thank you so much, guys, for your continued support. It means the world to me that you just, you know, come back and watch these videos, and I hope that you do go away and you read some of the books that I recommend, or you share it with your friends or your family, because that means everything. So thank you, and remember to always keep it contento.